If you've got a SaaS or AI idea and you want to build it and you don't know how to code, you really have two options. One, you can hire a bunch of engineers and it's a bunch of mercenaries that will build it for you and then keep charging you to iterate on it. Or you can have AI build it. Now, you've probably tried building it using an AI tool, but you looked at it and you said, I really don't know if I would even buy this. And it kind of felt like a prototype and it didn't really work. Much like anything else with AI, if you give it an end-to-end task, it doesn't really work. But if you break it down into key pieces, you can actually build incredible applications. In this episode, I'm gonna walk you through the 5-step process that I personally followed to build out a full stack application. And that app that I built is now generating revenues. So in this episode, I'm gonna create a net new app. I'm gonna walk you through each of the 5 steps, step by step, and in under 30 minutes, we're gonna have an application that we can push online. Now, some quick notes for context. 1, I can code. 2, I did not code when I actually built out this first application that I built. It's an application that I built where it helped me manage my daily tasks, reflect every week and every month. And I built out an AI coach that actually looked at my reflections and gave me feedback. I didn't touch a single line of code. I was then able to push it to production, connect it to my Stripe account, and now it actually has paying customers. This is what the application looks like. So in this episode, what I'm gonna do is follow those same 5 steps, except I'm gonna do it for a net new idea. And again, I'm not gonna touch a single line of code, even though I know how to code, but I'm gonna structure it in a way where you can follow it so that you can actually build out your own application. Now, for all of these key prompts that I'm gonna be using, each of these 5 steps, they're actually all detailed inside of my 10-point AI and SaaS business checklist. So if you want access to the prompts and you wanna follow along, just put checklist in the comments below and I'll link you to it as well. Now, let's dig into step number 1. Step number 1 in my 5-step process is you have to pick an idea. Now, great ideas, this is something I covered in this episode where I covered and researched and validated 10 different AI ideas. They have to be urgent, important, and they have to be specific for a specific ICP. Now, these 3 key things I actually researched myself in that other episode. I'll link to it below. You don't have to go anywhere for it. And out of that came an inspiration for a very specific idea that I wanted to build. So that's what I'll be building in the next 30 minutes. And don't worry, I'm gonna kick off a counter as soon as we get into the build phase. Now, the idea that I'm gonna be going after is an AI CFO for founders. Here's the thing that I've noticed, and I've realized it even in my own founder journey. As founders, we always have a bookkeeping firm, and the bookkeeping firm always keeps the books, categorizes expenses, chases you down every single month and says, hey, can you please categorize this expense? And you got to do all that thing. And then they give you a P&L. And then most founders, including Baby TK, looked at that P&L and said, this is a bunch of numbers. I have no idea what this means. Sure, I can see my runway and I can see the money's going down. I can see the sales, but what does this even mean? Well, what I want to do is take those P&Ls and turn it into a real CFO memo that's written by an AI CFO. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now that you have step number 1, you want to pick an urgent and important problem, you want to pick the right idea, then we get into the build phase. For the build phase, let's actually switch over to my computer, and that way we can go step by step, and we're actually going to build this out. So I'm in my computer, and my platform of choice is Lovable. Lovable did not sponsor this video. I just happen to really like it. I think they have a really great product. And the other app that I built, which is now in production with paying customers, is actually built on Lovable. So that's what I'll be using for this. Now, step number 2, as you start to get into exactly building out the app, I've actually laid out all the prompts that you'll want to be following inside of my 10-point checklist. So this is the how to build your full stack application section. And so I have my step 1, step 2. We do have the standard disclaimer that, hey, look, these are examples, use it at your own risk and all that stuff. But I do have each of the steps and the prompts laid out. What I've done is taken these abstract prompts and actually retrofitted it for my own application that we're going to be building together. So I have that over here, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And we are going to basically be kicking it off with the idea first, and then we're going to get to step 2. So what I'm going to do is kick off the timer, the 30-minute timer. And then we're gonna get into the races. So I'm gonna go into Lovable. And by the way, I did share my Lovable invite link. I love free credits. So if you are signing up for Lovable and you're following these prompts, app, then make sure you use this link. It just gives me credits. I just really like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Lovable and I'm gonna paste in step number 1. Step number 1 is basically giving it my idea. So I say, act as a senior UI UX engineer, directly trained by Jason Fried. I really respect Jason Fried. I've been following him for 20 years. I think his design sense is incredible. And a full stack developer. I want to build a web-based mobile-friendly application called Virtual CFO, which takes an uploaded PDF file of a P&L for a startup and gives CFO level analysis for early stage startup founders and CEOs. The design should be friendly, fun, and approachable as if it's deployed by 37 Signals. Now, one thing you'll notice is this is my personalized prompt for my idea. If you grab a copy of that checklist, by the way, put checklist below, I have it a little bit abstract away where you plug in the app name, the core function, the core features. So this is a little bit customized. And now the core features I want this thing to build is I want to upload the PDF of a P&L showing yearly or monthly trailing data for a software company. And I wanted to analyze the PDF to show basic CFO metrics, revenue growth, net margin, gross margin, and net burn. I want to start over there. So that's step number 1. I'm going to go ahead and push it. Now, Lovable goes to work right away. It knows a bunch of stuff. I gave it a very serious set of prompts, so it knows how to set up the app. It's going to be full stack, and it's going to have a certain design inclination because I gave it insights on the type of design I really want for this app, which already puts us ahead than most people that just create a generic prompt saying, build me X. Okay, so it builds this out. It says, this is my design approach, the first version of features. It's going to enable a Lovable cloud so I can actually store everything in the back end and create AI features. This is all awesome, so I'm going to hit allow and it'll keep going. Now we're at 28 minutes to go, so we're swimming right along on step number 1. Now, obviously it's going to think through all these pieces, and I just want to give you a quick caveat. It does think a lot because it's literally coding. It's doing the work of engineering. So what I'm going to do is tell my video editor to just cut through the places where I'm just sitting around waiting for it to think. So this clock will jump, but you will keep me honest. It'll be under 30 minutes if we get to a production app. And by the way, production is a very loose definition. 30 minutes, you'll have a complete app. You will actually need to make sure that you get all the edge cases right to make sure it's production ready, obviously, but you'll be surprised on how well it comes together in under the 30 minutes. Now, normally I would just be coding all this, but right now it's just doing all the work for me. So it's just look ma, no hands thing, and it's still editing. Okay, cool. So now it's built out this entire back end and front end. It's built out the landing page, the results page, the back end analysis. It's done a bunch of work, which is great. So I can just go ahead and refresh this, and it's got the basic functionality of the app that I really wanted to create with all the context that I've given it. And you'll notice it did follow a very Basecamp 37 Signals-ish design. It's got your drop your P&L right over here. It tells you what it's going to do. Super powerful. One of the principles that I follow for these kind of apps is I don't like to build out a whole landing page. I just like to throw people right into the app so they can try it out. Okay, now that we've done that, let's move along. That's about 5 minutes in. Now we want to actually create the core product loop. The core product loop is where I tell it how the core feature of the app works. And again, I don't want people to have to sign up to see this core product loop. I want to actually ask them to sign up a little bit later. And that's one of the strategies that I like to use for these kind of apps. So I'm going to paste this in and I'll walk you through it. Basically, I want the user to see a special area where they can upload their P&L. It kind of has that already. I want to reiterate exactly what they're going to get. This should be designed in a way so the user is encouraged to put in the inputs so they can get their personalized version of the outputs. Once the inputs have been entered, there should be a button to process the inputs and generate the personalized outputs. Once uploaded, use AI to extract and analyze real data from the P&L statement in this PDF file. Once the data is processed, the user should be able to see their personalized data based on their inputs. The reason we write all of this out, and again, in the core template, it's a little bit more abstract way, this is the personalized one, is because sometimes Lovable will create it, but it won't really do the back-end work to analyze all that stuff. So you have to ask for it to say, hey, you're going to take the file and analyze it using AI. So that's all in there. I'm going to hit submit. And again, these incredible engineers and this army of engineers that I have in the front-end designer is going to go to work. So you'll notice it already goes to work and says, okay, cool, I'll redesign a single page split view. I wanted a split view so people look at like, here's what you need to put in and here's what you're gonna get, so they don't have to scroll. So it's gonna be updating that and tweaking all those pieces, which is awesome. It's doing exactly what I asked it to do. Okay, great. So now it's redesigned it just as I asked for it. It's got the little upload and it's got the little metrics. So you just get dropped right in over here and you're like, hey, you should upload your PDF so you can see these metrics. So with step 2, we have done the core product loop where we have the input, the process, and also the output. So now the app knows how to do that. Now comes step number 3, and step number 3 is the acquisition. The acquisition is before they start using the app, I want them to see some sort of a modal. I want to get their first name and their email, because even if they don't completely sign up for the trial or pay for the product, I still have their email address for my mailing list so I can follow up with them, because not everyone's going to sign up right away. So this is step number 3, and what I'm going to do is copy the step number 3 acquisition prompt from here, and I'll paste it right over here. And that's basically when a user first comes to the application, I want to show a simple welcome modal. You should highlight the name of the application, the key value proposition, key benefits, and capture their first name and email. Once they hit the button to continue, we should show them the main application and show a personalized greeting with the user's first name. So I'll submit that and it'll get to work right away. Okay, we're 20 minutes to go. So about 10 minutes in, we have the app, we have the core functionality, and now it's creating the welcome modal. So we're doing really, really well considering all things. Now, if you were to have hired a dev firm to do all of this, they probably would have charged you $50,000 already just to build this functionality out. Not to mention, it probably would have taken them 2 months to actually spec it out, design it, and bring it to you. So we're already ahead of the curve over here. Okay, cool. So now it's put it all into work, and here is my welcome modal. So anytime they go to the homepage, instead of that whole fancy homepage, I just want to show them a modal. They're right in the app. It's like, hey, here's what you're going to get. Just put in your first name and email, and you can get started right away. That way, you don't have to figure out if you want a trial or anything. We want to get you to an aha moment as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to go over here and put in my email. Please don't spam me. getunstoppable.com. and hit get started, and it'll take me in, it'll say, hey, TK. Cool. So that was step number 3. We now have acquisition. So people coming in, they'll kind of say, here's what we do, putting name and email. I have their email address now, and they're in the app, and the core functionality is already there. Now, there's one of 2 ways we could go. We could now test this, but I have 18 minutes to go, so I want to do the full build, and then I'll show you what the app actually looks like and how it operates, and we can fix any bugs if there are any there. Now comes step number 4, because what will happen, they'll upload their P&L, and then they'll get the metrics. But that's not where we wanted to end, because we actually want to turn this into a repeating customer. We want to set them up on a subscription. That's the beauty of AI and SaaS products. So this is where step number 4 comes in. We actually want to give them some sort of a conversion moment. This is where we've given them a basic aha. In this case, it's the metrics. We've given them basic aha, but we want to upsell them to the in-depth aha. We want to say, hey, look, you got these basic metrics, but we really want to give you a full CFO memo. And not only just once, we want to give it to you every month and every quarter. That's the real value of the product, but we've already proven something. We've already proven that we can analyze their P&L and give them some metrics. We can understand it. Now we want to get to the next step. So we got 17 minutes to go, 18 minutes. I'll take the extra minute. Now we go to step number 4. Step number 4 is where we add the conversion moment. And again, all these prompts are actually there for you as templates inside of the 10-point checklist. So just put checklist in the comments and you'll get a copy of it. And then I'll also include the example for the virtual CFO as well. So I'm going to paste this in for step number 4. I'll explain what it is. I want to add an advanced paid feature. I want an AI CFO to analyze the P&L and write a full 6-page Amazon-style memo about the trends, opportunities, strengths, weaknesses, and risks around the business. Show beautiful progress indicators so the user doesn't get bored while the AI analyzes the data and writes a report. I want this memo to be visible in a very beautiful way. Make sure the paragraphs and bullet points and sections are shown cleanly. I want this in-depth report to be a gated feature, so show user affordance about getting the detailed report when clicked, show a modal with the benefits of the feature, and the user has to convert to a paid account paying $99 a year to view it. When the user hits the button to sign up, take them to the sign up form, collect their name, email, and set up their account in the back end, and start a 7-day trial. Now, normally when you do this prompt, it'll ask you for your Stripe to set it up. In this case, I put in no need to integrate Stripe for now. We can add it later and log them in and then show them their analysis. Once the user is logged in, show a sticky header for the application with relevant links. So that's what I want next. So 16 minutes to go. We're now adding the conversion and the advanced paid feature. So we're going to go ahead and let it do its thing. By the way, while it's doing its thing, let me just pause here for a second and switch back over here. If you're getting excited by this, one of the things I want to highlight is this is just one idea. The common framework that I'm following around this is to take a piece of document that already exists for my ICP, wrapping it around AI and giving real analysis. Now, some might say, hey, this is just a wrapper, which may be true, but there's lots of people that are making incredible wrappers that make a ton of money. And also, it's incredibly valuable. Now, could you go into ChatGPT and upload the file and have it analyze it? Of course, but there's real alpha, there's real value to be delivered from creating the prompts that get unique insights. In my case, I wanted an Amazon-style 6-page memo around my P&L, which is very specific, and I can tweak that in even more. The power of this is you can take any piece of data that exists for your ideal customer, you can have AI analyze it, and you can give them value every single month, every single quarter, every single year, and they would pay for it. That's the power of this idea. Now let's go back into the app because I believe the steps should be coming together now. Okay, so as it's doing all of this, it wants to modify the database, so that's cool. I got 15 minutes to go. I was talking over there, so hopefully I didn't lose too much time while it was waiting for me to hit allow. Now, I know how to code, so I know what's going on with the database, and I can look at it. You may or may not know how to code, and that's totally okay. For this particular case, you just want to build it. You want to see how it works. And if it works, you want to have a few people test it out. If it works for them, then maybe you want to pay for that engineering team to really test it out. Or maybe you want to invest in actually doing some sales and marketing around it and to really validate that this is a great idea. But either way, this cuts time to actually prototype and build out a full stack application. And I'm giving you the step-by-step and the prompts over here. Got another 14.2 minutes to go. And it's still going, which is great. Let's let it ride. The wait is almost annoying, but considering all the work that's getting done, it's pretty amazing. And we still have 13 minutes to go, which is great. Okay, cool. So the page is refreshing, and it looks like the app is starting to come together. And I think we're gonna get to a point where we can test this thing because all these pieces are in place. I do have a fifth step, but we obviously are at a point where we can test this app and see if it's real or not. So we started with the idea, which is my AI CFO for founders, because us founders don't really know how to read a P&L when we're first starting out. We have the core product loop where we said, here's the core loop that we wanted to do, and we don't need anyone to sign up for an account. We just want their email. And then we just added the paid feature and the acquisition loop, which we'll be able to see soon enough, where we actually pull in the modal. And then we have the conversion, which is the paid feature, the advanced feature, where we actually say, hey, you got to sign up for an account and pay, and we'll give you the full thing. So this is all coming together, which is really cool. And before we go to step number 5, we'll be able to upload a PDF and just see if this is legit or not. Okay, cool. So we got 11 minutes, 47 seconds to go. The timer's looking good. What I created, it's got the authentication system, the premium feature, the memo sections, and the user experience. And it says, hey, you can try uploading a P&L and see what happens. I think we're ready now. Are you guys ready? So I pulled out a really, really old P&L from a startup company that I advised. So what I'm gonna do is upload that P&L. Just to keep it anonymous, I renamed it the Acme Corp P&L. Here's the P&L, so I'm just gonna drop that right in. And it says it's processing. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if this thing actually works. Look at that. So after uploading it, it gives me the metrics. It says, hey, the revenue growth is plus 56.2%. The net margin is negative 241%. The gross margin is 65%, and the net burn is $955K per month. Clearly, this is a VC-backed company. And right over here, it gave me a basic CFO summary. The early stage startup demonstrates promising revenue growth, increasing by 56% over the year. The gross margin is also healthy. The primary concern is escalating operating expenses. Okay, we got something over here. This is an overview. It's got a metrics. Again, we haven't touched any code. This is the fun part. Now we're like, hey, want deeper insights? We will give you trend analysis, risk assessment, and strategic recommendations. Unlock premium analysis. And you hit that, and the modal comes up. The modal says, hey, unlock your premium CFO analysis, $99 a year, start with 7-day free trial. Here's exactly what you're gonna get. And you get unlimited P&L analysis, so you can continue to evaluate it every single month and every single quarter. This is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna hit start free trial. Start your free trial, so I gotta put in my name. And by the way, you can have a conversation with this all the time. So I can say like, hey, you should remember my name and email from the welcome modal. It'll update it. So I'll hit start free trial. And just like that, I'm inside of the app with an actual dashboard. Now, this is one bug that we found, which is easily fixable. The bug is it didn't remember my P&L from when I was not a user. So you can always go in over here and say, hey, when I'm going from a non-user to a user, you should remember my P&L instead of having me upload it again. So you can tweak that. But still, we got another 9 minutes to go. This thing's working. Let's see if the detailed analysis is legit or not. So I'm just gonna upload the P&L again. It's analyzing the financials. TK, our AI CFO, is extracting key metrics. It's got the key metrics. And I want the premium memo. So it's now generating the premium memo. And I told it in the prompts, you remember, hey, I don't want the user to get bored. So give the progress as you're generating it. So it did that really, really well. Again, we have not written a single line of code. We have another 8 minutes, 51 seconds to go. This is incredible. This is incredible. Honestly, like, I practiced this a little bit to develop the prompts, but this is the best version yet. It is so good. It's so awesome. So it's coming together. Okay, so I'm excited to see this premium memo. I'm sure you are too. And so far we've found one bug, which is not bad. We got another 8 minutes to go to keep my promise of helping you build a full stack application in under 30 minutes. This is pretty damn good. It even has a revenue feature. It's got the upsell, but you're gonna love step number 5, which really brings it together. But let's check out the premium memo first. Okay, cool. So it looked at the core metrics, and then here is my premium CFO executive memo. Gave me an executive summary. It gave me a financial performance overview. It gave me strengths and competitive advantages. Let's look at this for a second. Look, strong revenue growth and market validation, achieving 56% growth, and consistent demand held by strong booking figures like 703K recorded in December. Fundamentally healthy gross margin profile, effective direct sales engine, direct bookings, trends and opportunities. Our primary opportunities are centered on optimizing our go-to-market motion and cost structure, improve the sales leverage, scale the self-serve channel. They had a self-serve and a sales motion. Weaknesses and areas of concern. Look at that. Unsustainable cash burn and critical runway. This is a single overriding concern. Our monthly net loss reached nearly 1 million in December with only 6.1 million in cash. Our runway is dangerously short. That's incredible. So obviously we can read this and there could be an entire episode on analyzing P&Ls. But you can start to see where instead of just looking at that P&L spreadsheet, this could be really powerful for founders. And then it has strategic recommendations, cost reduction, reforecast 2016 operating plan, secure Series B financing. So it has a whole bunch of things that are highlighted over here for this company. All right, now I want to go to step number 5. We got 6 minutes to go. This is going to really bring it together. I want to add a viral loop. That's my step number 5. What I want to do is, this is step 5. I want to add 2 features. So I'm going to copy this again and again, comment checklist in the comments below, and we'll give you a link to the templates and everything and all the prompts for my 10-point checklist, which gives you the prompts and also how to validate ideas. It gives you a bunch of things in there. So I want to add 2 features. I want to add, once the user has signed up, give the user the ability to share our product on X or via email and tell others about their great experience. I want to add a viral loop so they share it with other founders. Also, I want to add the ability for the user to print just the report so they can share it with their team, include our branding, and credit the report to our application. That way we got 2 viral loops. 1, share with other founders. 2, share with the team. And that way it's like, hey, we got this virtual CFO, you should look at this report, and the whole team can look at it. Again, I always like to have this kind of viral loop, and this is the specific one that I created, and you can tweak your viral loops, but that's step number 5 in this 5-step process for building a full stack application in under 30 minutes. We still have another 5 minutes to go. We have another 5 minutes to go as this gets added, which is incredible. Okay, cool. So look at that. It's put in over here, love virtual CFO, share it with your network, share there's a share on X, and share via email. And all the way, let's see. I also really like how it adds the disclaimers. It's like, hey, this analysis was generated by AI and should be reviewed by qualified financial professionals, which is the exact disclaimer I have. I'm like, look, these prompts, double check everything before you push anything into production, which is super important for this kind of stuff. Okay, cool. So if I scroll up, look at that, print report. And if I hit print, it creates a printable PDF version, which is pretty good. And you can always tweak this, but now I have that. So we have 4 minutes to spare, which means in 26 minutes, we were able to go from idea to full application, along with a paid feature, along with viral loops. And that's how this whole thing came together. So let's recap and let's talk about next steps from here. Okay, so let's recap, and then I have something more for you. So firstly, here are the 5 steps we followed. First, we've set up an idea. It has to be an urgent and important problem for a very specific ICP. And you can check out my other video below if you're still in the idea phase, where I walk you through how I develop these urgent and important ideas. For me, this was the AI CFO for founders. I want to turn P&Ls into a CFO memo. Step number 2, build out the core product loop. And we have the prompts for building each of these steps out inside of the 10-point guide. So we want to do the input, the process, and the aha moment. Then number 3, we want to do acquisition. So when they come to the app, we just want to capture their name and email and let them in and show them the aha moment as quickly as possible. All we need for that is not a fancy landing page, but just a value prop. I found this to be very effective, where you don't need a landing page or a sales page. Just take them directly into the app, give them immediate value, and then have them set up an account. Number 4, have the conversion, where once they have their basic aha moment, give them an upsell to the in-depth aha, which is the in-depth CFO memo for my case. And that's when they set up their trial and you give them the price, and then they get access to the detailed memo. And number 5, add viral loops. Share the app and share the report, and you can do this for your app as well. Now you know how you can actually build out your own full stack application that includes a welcome modal, includes actual AI features, includes real report, includes a paid feature, and you can actually keep working. This was only 24 minutes, 26 minutes. You can keep working at it so that you can continue to iterate on it as you get it to production. So to get access to all the prompts that I use and also additional resources on how to pick the right idea and how to validate an idea, be sure to grab a copy of my 10-point AI and SaaS business checklist. To get access to it, just comment below with checklist, or go to the description. I'll include a link in there for on-demand access for you right away. And also, if you're in this stage where you kind of know what idea you want to be going after, and you're now going to be using these prompts to build it, but now you're like, hey, TK, I have this app. How do I actually get new customers? How do I actually make money off this thing? How do I actually figure out if I should invest more time into this? Then go check out this video. It's my go-to-market launch plan for new AI and SaaS products. In there, just like this video, I give you the step-by-step process to actually start making money with the products that you develop. Also, if you got value from this, please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Comment below with any questions that you have. I always answer, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody.